Welcome to another episode of Mudan's Kitchen. Today we're making some Wagyu steak. Kind of. The initial idea behind this video was that I'm gonna get every grade of steak from A1 to A5 and compare them to each other. The problem was, such a thing as A1 is almost impossible to get because it's like such a low grade that nobody sells it. I did a lot of research to see if I could get A1 to A5, like everything in between. I had to give up at then because I went through internet websites which only sold A5. I got recommendations from Onigiri and Maylene, and by their recommendations I visited the stores, and they also didn't have like anything pretty much under A5. But in my local Ozeki I saw A3s, so I thought, why not do A5 versus A3? This should give me at least enough of an idea of how much a grade changes the taste. And just to make sure, I got an A5 that's looks like it's good cuts, because these cuts are shoulder loin and this is thigh meat. So if you didn't also know, let's give a bit of history or information behind what the A and 5 actually means. So A is the yield. It is A, B, and C, A for the highest yield, C for the lowest yield, and the grades range from 1 to 5. 5 being the highest quality, 1 being the lowest quality. So I'm not really comparing the worst of the worst with the best, but I just hope there's some kind of a difference in taste. That's the main thing here. Like, just look at these. So if somebody gave this to me versus this, I wouldn't really be able to tell the difference. I mean, they both have high marbleization, but this is A5, this is A3. To my knowledge, you don't really need to put anything in the pan. Like, if you want to, you can put some salt and pepper on the meat, but since it's fatty enough already by itself, you don't really need to add extra fat on the pan. So let's do A3 first. I think that should be fine. Let's just see what happens if we throw this bad boy on here. Oh, I didn't even open this up properly. Oh no. Oh wow, this goes fast. Okay, this is... Let's not look at this. It's not... So I did not do it badly, it's just much thinner than expected. I guess this is what you get for this sort of cut. It's not just meant to be seared like this. Okay, let's do A5. Okay, the feel is already completely different. This feels much fattier. And I can't really do... Since this technically isn't a steak, I can't really have the middle be still like rare or red. I just gotta keep in mind which is which, because they will literally look the same. There's no difference between them. And let's put on some of these as well. Let's just get it all out of the way. Now this should be the good stuff. It feels like I'm throwing butter onto the pan. It just glides. All right, so first, shit. Wait, okay, which was which? This was A3, A5. Okay, so we have A3, A5. Let's see how they taste. Is there a difference? Who knows? Okay, that's pretty good. It tastes like beef that was doused in butter. Usually Wagyu feels like the butter is inside. This just felt like the butter is outside. Maybe it's the cut though. Let's try A5. Okay. The taste was different, not by a lot, but A5 tasted like, again, like the butter, but the butter was much richer and everything felt a bit smoother. But if you offered me them back to back, I would say one is like 8, the other one is 8.5 out of 10. In this case, is that 0.5 points worth an extra 700 yen in price, which or like, I guess 40% price increase? I'd say personally no, because like none of them were like mind-blowing, like actual Wagyu steak, but again, this was for more like grade reasoning, like how big of a difference is in grades. And I guess just to give you a reference, this is 6 pieces, which is 1125 yen. That's like what, $7? And oh, this is only 4 pieces. 4 pieces at 1862 yen. Okay, that makes a huge difference. This is like half of a difference then. This is at least 50%. Yeah, okay. 190 grams? 190 grams. What? Okay, no, it's the same. Maybe just the fat content, these cuts are different. Okay, so the 40% price increase still exists. Now let's try the thigh. Oh, that's good. That's fantastic. Now that's... It doesn't even feel like chewing meat. It's more like chewing, I don't know, a juicy pear. It just juices up your mouth. And I guess this is to also demonstrate the difference between the taste in terms of the cuts. Because A5 and A5 can be different if you have a different cut of it. So in this case, the shoulder loin, which is much thinner and at a different part, was 7.5. And the thigh, I'd say, is like 8.5. At least this, I guess, also comes down to personal preference or what you're cooking. Because the thinner ones, much nicer to put on different things. These are just good to eat by themselves. Or maybe on rice. Oh, damn. 9. 9 out of 10. Also, just if anyone is scared about, you know, buying Wagyu and fucking it up, it is... I'm not saying it's impossible to fuck up cooking it, but usually cooking meats are not as hard as you think. Just flip it on both sides, see that it's brown, see that it's not like completely red on the inside unless you like that, and you're good. Unless you really let it cook for like way too long, you know, it's still gonna be fine, because the next time you do it, you have learned, you know how to keep it like much less. And especially considering that these are tiny pieces, you know, what happens if 1 or 2 just gets thrown away? But because you learn, you improve, you adapt, you overcome. You become a master chef. What are you? I don't want to do something else. Is that all? Is this all for today's vlog? I guess so. We learned that expensive food is better, but not by much. There's a difference in taste. Okay, yeah. See you in tomorrow's vlog then. Bye-bye.